I almost did it again. Okay, okay. Almost did it again. Can you all hear me? Please give me some thumbs up. Anybody? Everybody? Okay, okay. Almost did it again. Can you all hear me? Please give me some thumbs. Okay, might be a little echo that time. Yes, you can hear me, right? Yes, thank you so much. You know, I was sitting here in that stupor and almost forget to hit broadcast. So, uh, I'm going to tell you what you missed. You missed, and then okay, okay. Yeah, I don't want to do what I did before. I was literally just sitting here talking to myself. And but anyway, I figured it out this time. So how is everybody? I see some thumbs are still up there, and I see a lot of familiar names. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I almost didn't post tonight because I'm like, well, I got the live tomorrow, but I it was just one of those days. I slept really late, and then when I woke up, I had that, baby boomer, did a truck just run me over feeling. If you understand what I'm saying, can I get an amen? But yeah, I had that baby boomer, did a truck just run me over feeling. So eventually I started getting it together. I think it rained or snowed or something like that. But anyway, I'm here. And you know what? I wasn't expecting at least let me say this much. I didn't think it would be a lot of people because it's the Saturday and Christmas is coming. So I just kind of thought, hey, but then I said, yeah, let me just at least check in because anyway, let me say hi to some people here. Hello, Elaine, Cookies and Cream, Church Nelly. Church Nelly, I'm gonna have to talk to you about your magic elixir. I think that could have been exactly what I needed this morning. And let me see, Audrey and Trina says, Amen. You understand what I'm saying? Diane Hawkins, you get me. Thank you so much. But yeah, I had that kind of achy as it is damp outside, and thank God for another day. But yeah, it was one of those days. So it's like my bed had arms and was pulling me back in. But I didn't really look at a whole lot today on the Twitter, but I don't know, understand exactly. Did Camilla, not Camilla, yeah, Camilla Tomini, did she get caught in another lie? Hey, Lydia Washington, fancy. Did Camilla Tomini get caught in something, or as they say on Downton Abbey, did someone catch her out, Robert? You remember Cora on Downton Abbey? She says, "Oh, Robert, don't catch me out," with that hush baby whisper voice. But yeah, I saw, like, but I didn't understand what she got caught. I mean, I'm sure she did something. After all, it's Camilla Tomini, and as you know, I have a black belt in um, the fine art of memes. And if you've seen this meme anywhere around, um, that one, that's my work. If you've seen this, now you know where it comes from. It was born out of my frustration with the lack of character of some people. But yeah, so And then I wasn't even through yet because there's this one right here. Who do you think you are trying to make yourself eyeball to eyeball with the Duchess of Sussex? Are you ill? Are you serious? Who do you think you are? So, in response to that, I made that. There you go. Now that looks more like it. As the eye doctor says, this or this, this or this. Okay, this one. But yeah, this is a rather presumptuous photo. Not that one, but this one. That one, I was just like, it's Camilla, who do you think you are? This is just like another Pierce Morgan trying to make a name for herself using the Sussexes, and I just wasn't having it. But yeah, you guys, if you have any questions or anything like that, I'll try my best to peek at them. But we're just freestyling tonight, and I'll do something a lot more, formal tomorrow. But tonight, we're just hanging out. I appreciate all y'all being here because, like I say, I wasn't sure I would even get half of what we have tonight, 127, because I guess my energy was just so low. So, Church Nelly, I do have a question for you. If you send me some of that magic elixir, is it anything that would like become unstable in the post office shipment or FedEx or something like? Is it something that's unstable? I mean, if it is, I kind of think it would work better. But yes, I need you to go out to your steel and get the old Jed Clampett 3X jug and send me something. But yeah, so Camilla, who reminds me of Stonehenge for some reason. I don't know what is it about Camilla Tominey and Stonehenge that seems so genetically, I guess, related, that or that. It's just, I don't know what it is. Can you tell me? But either way, it always ends up like that. So, yeah. Yeah, but okay, I'm sorry. I'm not even reading the comments. So, was there some reason why she was trending today? Let me see. Ethan's husband. Hey, Ethan, husband. I refuse to pay for subscriptions to the Telegraph. What did she say? Okay, yeah, because let me see. Well, Christina, I can't read that because I told you the algorithm is after me. But what if I just agree? Okay, let me see. Let me highlight something here because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. She started a story about the BBC journalist by saying it might not be true, then told it anyway, like it was. Yes, yes, I saw that, and it was confusing to me. I didn't know what it was about. Um, Also, the journalists in the UK came after her. Good, good. Okay, cookies and creams. Hello, you say. Hi, Royal Sussex, Church Nelly. Oh, I thought you had the dirt for me, cookies and cream. I thought you was gonna tell me. I was trying to get to the nitty gritty. Oh boy, I gotta stop doing that. I sound like a baby boomer. The nitty gritty. I was about to get to the nitty gritty. This is why I don't dye my hair. What difference would it make? As soon as I open my mouth, the truth comes out. Let me see. And the best bits is some of these journalists began to question some of her stories about Harry and Meghan. Good, good. Okay, which is why. Do you guys remember when Camilla Tominey made that big stink about the well, it was a lie She was saying that the Sussexes refused the Earl of Dumbarton, maybe because it involved the name Dumb and Dumbarton. And of all people, the person who called her out on it was the one that always looks like he's either sitting on the toilet or just got off the toilet or making a hostage video. Yeah, Robert Robeson. Yeah, Robert Robeson is the one that Jobson, I'm sorry. Jobson is the one who called her out on it. I couldn't believe it. And that's why in some ways I kind of feel like Robert Jobson, if it wasn't for the fact that he has, drank this incredible amount of Kool-Aid, he might be of some use to somebody, you know? But as he is part of the system, I guess we can't expect much of him. But Robert Jobson is the one who called her out on it. I'm going to see if I can find it right here. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. This one. Is that it? Yes, this one. Let me see. Star, let me take you off of there so I can see. There we go. Thank you. Right here, it says rejection of the Earl of Dumbarton title for Archie because it contains the word dumb. And then Robert Jobson says Harry is the Earl of Dumbarton already when he is in Scotland. Archie is the heir to that title. Okay? I told you guys, sometimes I know I'm good for a laugh, but on occasion, I do keep receipts. And this is one of those receipts. This shows you exactly what kind of character she has. Now, either she's dumb or she's just a liar. She's either dumb or just a liar. But the truth is, she decided to come up with that scenario that the Sussexes refuse when there cannot be two Earls of Dumbarton at the same time. Dummy. See, that's why people keep calling her a liar. I mean, I don't get her. I really don't get. It's not like that. Well, maybe it is. Maybe they wouldn't invite her. You know what, guys? See how low energy I was? And now I'm sitting up here, arms swelling, full of energy. All I had to do was start talking about Stonehenge head, Easter Island head, Camilla Tominey, and suddenly my energy has come back. Thank you, Camilla, monster. But now I'm not trying to give a free pass to Robert Jobson. Now this is the photo that I was talking about. Doesn't this look like he's at Heathrow Airport sitting in the stall on this looks like he's at Heathrow. He's in one of the stalls in the men room. I mean, honestly, he's not, but it just looks like he is. I mean, he's sweating profusely. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not, but I'm just assuming that he's not. But he looks like he got the call from Good Morning Britain or somebody, and they were like, "Hey, would you like to make a few bobs? Come on the show this morning." Yeah. And then all of a sudden, he's in there on the porcelain throne in the Oval Office, if you will, and he's talking to whoever. So, but yeah, I think that's classic. The fact that he called her out here. That's why I say Robert Jobson, if anybody ever turned against any like, let's say if there was somebody who knew where all the bodies were buried when it comes to the tabloid reporters, or if you will, the royal rodents, if there was anybody who could call them out and do it in a way that would be very epic, it would be Robert Jobson. He's the one who could really turn things around. He's not going to do it because he has this very posh, comfortable lifestyle where he doesn't even have to get off the toilet to go on TV. But if he did, I hope you guys didn't just have dinner. But if he did, he would be the one to call them out. You know what, guys? I got to thank you. I was sitting up here low energy all day, and this is what I needed to pep me up. I needed the squad. But okay, check it out. Look at there. Now, that's not somebody who's ready to turn state's evidence. This is somebody who wants all the free meals he can get, somebody who's very comfortable, hanging out with the Royals. So I don't expect him to ever turn, but if he ever did, then I'm sure it would be interesting. Now, right here, this is where he called out, let me see, Prince Harry for playing, doing juggling outside of Meghan's office. So this is the kind of stuff. Robert Jobson is a very good journalist, but this is what he's been reduced to. This right here. He will never, ever give this up because it affords that comfortable lifestyle that he has. But then here's another one right here. Archie Harrison is Earl of Dumbarton, whether he likes it or not, right? And this is the whole point. Archie will inherit that title. So it's not up to the Sussexes to refuse the title for him. It's going to be his title. So Camilla Tominey, as usual, was just making up stuff. And because I didn't like that other photo, this is something I did. This is like a little of my handiwork. I'm like, back up, girl. Back up. Don't get any closer. I didn't like the fact she was so close. So I decided to fix it. Is that better, you guys? I think so. But yeah. So Jackie Gleason, aka Robert Jobson, huge disappointment. But I tell you what, I'll give credit where credit is due. He called out Camilla Tominey, and you know what they say: the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And even though he's not consistent, when he does call people out, he does a good job of it. Another person he called out, believe it or not, and I know I've mentioned both of these things on the podcast before, he called out Piers Morgan. I don't think he and Piers Morgan are very close. He called him out. When Piers Morgan, you know how he said he was fired, which is really funny. How do you storm out of your job and say that they fired you? And that this is what's so funny to me. Not only did that happen once, it happened twice in the same week. This is just goes to show you how dumb some of these rodents are. Some of these Piers Morgan storms off the set of Good Morning Britain, and then he tells people that he was fired. Nobody told you to get up, fool, and walk out your job. He did. I'm not going to take this. And he storms out of there walking like Mr. Bentley on the Jeffersons. You know, he's strutting out. And then he turns around and tells everybody he was fired. I thought I just saw you walk out. How was you fired if you just got up and walked out? You quit your job, and then they said, okay, we accept. And then you blame Meghan for the fact that you stormed out your job and they didn't give it back to you. I'm sure when Piers Morgan got down the block, right, when he walked out of there and he got down the street, I'm sure everybody collectively went, phew. I'm sure everybody had a huge sigh of relief because at that point it was a non-issue. Okay, you don't want to be here? Bye. He fired himself. He fired himself and then blamed Meghan for the fact that he jumped up and walked out of his job. Who does that? Who does that? Who would sit there in the workplace and then start picking on somebody who at the time didn't have a voice? You know, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Of course, she didn't have a voice because she's trying to go along and get along with the royal family. She's trying to be 50% less. Um, don't complain, don't explain. So, yeah, so she's trying to, fit in. So she's not able to speak for herself. So she decided, okay, I am going to, tuck in, do the work, lay low, work hard, and try my best to gain everybody's respect because this is an institution that's been around for 1,000 years. And so she did. But like I said, how many people would jump up and walk out of their jobs and fire themselves? Well, I could picture another one. How about this person? Remember that? Remember Sharon Osbourne? Um, remember she had her big meltdown? Nobody even said anything to her. They just asked her a question, and all of a sudden, don't you dare cry. Don't you dare cry. What was that about? When I saw that, I'm like, what is she on? What is she on? You know, nobody fired her. She quit. How do two people, two experienced media personalities, how do two people just walk out their jobs like that? Who does that? Not once, but twice in the same week. I couldn't believe it. And then somebody says, fired, fired. They were not fired. They quit. They quit. Both of them quit their jobs. And then were disappointed and upset because nobody came. This is what they thought. They thought somebody was going to send them flowers or come running up the street after them. That didn't happen. They were like, bye, boo. Bye. Or in Sharon's case, girl, bye. That was the funniest thing I ever seen. Both of these outspoken people, and then, okay, this is my favorite part of that. So Pierce Morgan says it's not a matter of Sharon looking for work. Work is looking for Sharon Osbourne. Uh, Let me see. That happened in what was it, March? And this is December the 18th. Um, hello, work. Work. Hello, work. Sharon Osbourne is available. What's that? No thanks. Pierce Morgan is available. What's that? No thanks. Neither one of them are going to have their regular gigs back on TV for a long, long time. So, um, what could I say? Next time, don't jump up and walk out. Just sit down and do the work and give them what they want. Oh boy, but I tell you, that was like one of the best weeks of my life. And it solved a lot of problems, especially for the Duchess of Sussex. I was so happy that things worked out the way they did. I'm glad that they're off the television. And Sharon, Sharon Osbourne, I'm just going to say, in my opinion, she was holding back. I think she was having these phone calls with Pierce Morgan. And that's what happened. I think Pierce Morgan probably called her and said, if they say such and such, so and so, this is alleged. I didn't know. I don't know this for a fact. Help. He thought she was going to be available to help him get his job back. Well, that's impossible because he can't keep his job. So not only did he get himself fired, he got his best friend fired. Or you know what I mean. They resigned and then they didn't want him back. Um, yeah. You could not even make up something like that. Who does that? Well, we know who. This one and this one. That's who does that. Oh well, like I say, they solved a lot of problems for a lot of people. Now it's a non-issue. They can sit back and talk about who done them wrong and all that kind of stuff, all that who shot John. But the truth is, um, obviously, the networks had enough of the both of them, and it's no sense in blaming the Duchess of Sussex because, as we all know, for a long time, Pierce Morgan took advantage of the fact that Meghan could not use her voice. She could not speak out. It was almost impossible for people close to her to speak out. So he took advantage of the situation. And for at least 3 solid years, I want to say 3 solid years, he had unfettered, uninhibited attention where he could just say whatever he wanted to say, and there was no recourse for it. Well, now, now he can stay at the Daily Fail and try to lash out that way, but it's kind of hard to hear you if you're not on the show, Pierce. I guess that makes you a Daily Fail. Pour out your heart to Lord Nappyhead. Sing the blues to him. He's got a lot of problems right now, but maybe he can understand where you're coming from. Yes, Church Nelly, I know it's just one after the other. Well, I mean, it could be worse. What about this one? What about that claymation? Now that looks like somebody took some silly putty and just started twisting it. Oh boy. But it's amazing. It's so interesting that all of them seem to have a certain look about themselves, and all of them seem to like they're just rotting from the inside out with hate and hostility. That's really too bad because I won't say other than Robert Jobson, I can't even tell you which one of them could actually be proper journalists, but it's really unfortunate because that is where they decided to direct their careers. But anyway, enough about that for now. I found some more. Well, at least one more photo. Thank you to whoever on Twitter. I tell you on Twitter, they. This is why I know some of you guys are not on there, so I try to help you out by bringing some of the things that I see, and I hope that's okay. But yeah, I love this picture of Harry. My friend Ronnie Vanna that pops on here from time to time. She's actually working tonight, so she probably won't be on here, but she may be listening. I told you maybe last time I told you. She said, I always thought Harry was kind of cute, but she said sometimes I see a picture of him and I was just like, huh. Yeah, he's very handsome. And it's not, certainly not that he's a pretty boy or anything like that, but his intelligence, his confidence and all that kind of stuff is the total package. That's what makes him a man's man instead of, like his brother who is always incandescent with rage and I like to give credit where credit is due. Um, I take a lot of things that I hear from other people, and I have to just kind of tilt my head and say, yeah, So the Henry VIII podcast, she was the one who pointed out that the whole thing with William's anger is that they try to big him up to make him seem more manly and more, they're trying to turn him into Blake Carrington. He's like a poor man's Blake Carrington. Actually, I'm not even going to say that. He's nowhere near a Blake Carrington, not Prince William. But Harry is the young Blake Carrington. Integrity, wit, warmth, the total package. And that's why he's married to the most dynamic woman of our age, of today. You know, um, that's why they are the most influential couple in the world, because of the fact that combined they are the powerhouse. You know, alone they were incredible, but together they have become the ultimate power couple. So, and I'm proud and glad to support them. I'm really, really proud and glad to support them. I kind of feel like I bought stock in Tesla early by supporting them, because the big payoff is that they never let you down. They never let us down. It's always things that are done very deliberately and very intelligently, and most important, no leaks. No leaks. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at the comments here for a second, because I see the thing just scrolling away, and I said we would have a chat, and you guys got my dander up, and I'm sitting up here. I'm just talking to Malam. I promise you, I was zero energy before I started this podcast. I almost didn't even do the podcast, and now all of a sudden, it's like somebody has dropped a coin in the old jukebox, and here I go. Let me see. Laura Barron is allegedly, possibly, and most likely in con. Exactly. I try to cover all of those. Yes, he's got that Obama swag. Absolutely. Uh okay, let me see. Let me see. Harry had time to grow. Yes. Yes, he has. And look at the type of man he's become. I feel so proud. I feel like he's my own kid. I really do. I feel that proud of him. Um Hey Lorna Murray, welcome to the chat. Just like Harry said, all those stars were aligned. Absolutely. Uh, Let me see here. Hey Lydia. Hey Anastasia. I'm gonna scroll back a little bit, see if I missed anything good. Uh, Thank you. I will watch if you. Okay, okay. Blake Carrington, what a throwback. Oh, I've watched the entire series of Dynasty. Dynasty. It was, and the other box set that I watched was oh uh, 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 um oh, come on, Jim Gardner. How come I can't remember? Oh, Rockford Files. Dun 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 dun. I watched the whole series. Let me see. Hi everyone. Now taking a break. Are you at work, Miss S? Are you at work right now? Let me see. Yeah, it was good looking. Definitely. One of my favorite scenes in Dynasty was when Crystal was going to leave and Blake was at the airport. Remember, he had lost his vision. He got his vision back, and the plane was about to take off. And you know, we thought she was on her way to Ohio, um, but she the plane had took off, and the engines were whirling and everything. And next thing you know, she comes back through the door. That was pretty cool. Dynasty, Dallas, Falcon Crest. I was Dynasty, Falcon Crest, and I watched the Cobies. Never got into Knots Landing or Dallas. Um, yeah, those two I didn't watch. But yeah, I loved Falcon Crest. Let's see. I watched Dynasty more than Dallas, and my dad made us watch Rockford Files. Well, and please, honestly, did you not love Rockford Files? What was that? Isaac Hayes used to call them rockfish. And then there was the guest appearance by, oh, let me see. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm so bad with names tonight. Um, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet. Come on, what's her name? Walk on by. Burr, 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 burr. Gosh, how come I can't remember her name? And she's always what is Dionne Warwick? Thank you so much, Blacklight. I wasn't even close. Oh, well, I got my energy back. I just don't have my memory back. My brain can't keep up with my body. Thank you, Patricia. Cookies and cream. Thank you. Yes, yes, Dionne Warwick. I love her. She's always so elegant. And you know who else was incredibly elegant? Nancy Wilson. I loved Nancy Wilson. And you guys, I haven't advised you about Christmas, but if you want the best Christmas holiday album ever, Ella Fitzgerald wishes you a swinging Christmas. If you can, just stream that, download it, buy it, whatever you have to do. That is the best Christmas album I've ever heard. It's called Ella Fitzgerald Wishes You a Swinging Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. She's the queen of swing. Yeah, anytime I listen to Ella Fitzgerald, two things happen. I smile and my head gets to bopping. I smile and my head commences to bopping. That's what happens whenever I listen to Ella Fitzgerald. You know, I'm listening to myself talk. Someone asked me, they said, we thought you were from the South. No, but a lot of people that I have grown up with, family, friends, etc., are first or second generations from the South. And so that's where I, get those little phrases like a rat eating onions, or, he was crying like a rat eating onions. Or what's the other one? If you don't want to do something, you say, you feel like running to the store for me? I'd rather be bitten behind by a snagger-toothed bulldog. Those are just some things I acquired growing up. But no, I'm actually from the Midwest, and that's why I have those very Midwestern mannerisms and such. And so now you know. All over them like a cheap suit. When you know people from the South, you learn a lot of those colorful colloquiums. As tired as a what's the one Dolly Parton said? As tired as a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. Oh, thank you, Marie Johnson. I'm in a good mood. I'm telling you, you guys rescued me tonight. You rescued me because all day I had no sense of purpose. I had I'm just like, oh, I got to get ready for Sunday. I got to get ready for Sunday. And then the other voice in my head was like, you got to get out the bed. And so I did finally get up and get to moving and everything. And I decided to go to the store, and I came back and I just sat here. I'm like, what is it going to be? And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do like a short 5-minute video, which I want you guys to know most things that I have ever uploaded has been a short 5-minute video. And I'm sure a couple of videos you have actually heard me say, this is going to be very brief. This is going to be short. And then like 15, 20, 25 minutes later, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I do have a little treat for you guys. I talked to Nathan. Nathan wants to do a live podcast with me again, but he's busy with work. He actually has a couple different jobs, and then also he's a musician, so he's very, very busy. But he said that he would love to do the podcast again. But and he's a new parent. He's a new parent. I'm going to share that with you in just a second. Let me find the photo. But yes, he is a father now. Okay, I got to get out of there and do this. Sorry about that. But just came to mind. Okay. Now this is cute overload. So you guys, I mean, absolutely cute overload. I can hear you guys going, oh, already. But yeah, give me just a second. Okay, I told him to find a photo that he wants to share with the squad. And I think this is it. I hope so. Otherwise, I might get cussed out. Okay. Are you ready? Ah, he's adopted a little puppy. Um, I forgot the dog's name, but yeah, he's a father now. He's adopted a puppy. Um, like maybe a couple weeks ago, I guess. Isn't that adorable? I forgot what the dog is called. I know, I know. Aw. I know, so cute. Yep, so cute. But yeah, so that's he's very busy right now, but he would love to do the podcast again soon. And so we have to make that happen whenever he has the time. But yeah, with work and trying to raise this puppy, he's as busy as a cat covering up poop. Feel free to substitute that word. Yeah, he's as busy as a cat covering up poop. Let's see. Yep, 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 yep. Let me see. Yeah, of course I did. I mean, I didn't say either. I just said he's a father now. Let me see. Okay. What else we got here? Sorry, Rachel. Okay, what did I miss? But yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Yes, cute puppy. Yep. Okay, I saw that one. But okay, so does anybody have any questions for me? I'm gonna pay attention to the chat right now since I got some of that other stuff off of my chest, and um, you know, I feel better now. Let me see. A Shih Tzu? No, that's is I forgot. I mean, I think it's closely related to a Shih Tzu, but yeah, I don't know. I forget the name. It was something I had never heard before. But yeah, if you guys can think of what the name is, but yeah, I can't. Okay, so okay, no questions. All right, well then let me go and see what else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, this is one of the memes I made. I almost forgot about this one. Yeah, I almost forgot about this one. I meant to show you this earlier. Know the signs: scrunched brow, pursed lips, tight jaw, crazy eye. This is when you know that somebody is obsessed. This is how you can tell when they have that obsession. And she is totally obsessed with the Sussexes. Yeah, so this is what happened when I get frustrated, especially before I had this channel. Well, when I get frustrated, I used to go and make memes. I just put them out there. Here, have at them. That was my way of dealing with things, was to create some memes. So when somebody gets on my nerves, I don't get angry. I go make memes. Lots of memes. Oh, and you guys, you've seen my new Afro Annie. For some reason, I cannot share that with you right now, but I thought that was fun. It's on the community tab whenever you have the time. Okay, I got some other cute stuff to share with you. Let's see. She needs a life. And Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay, I can take a hint. What about that? Or that. Okay, that's too cute, but I think I'm going in the wrong direction. This one, that's everybody's favorite. But okay, let's go back to the Sussexes then. I'll get that off the screen. There we go. I hear this dress sold, I forgot how many units they said, but this dress, I think they sold like maybe was it like 1,500, 1,200? I saw that somewhere. But yeah, this dress has been a big hit. As a matter of fact, I can tell you because I have the figure here somewhere. As I say, I often keep receipts so often that I can't even find it. Okay. Well, anyway, I heard that the dress sold very well it should, because everything that the Duchess does turns to gold. Everything. Everything gets better with the Duchess. Okay, let's see. And it has, oh, good. I'm going to round this off at an hour, I think. Ivy is here. Oh, yeah, there she is. Hello, Ivy here. Late to the party. Hi, Ivy. Ivy, I think you said you were going to do a short video tomorrow, perhaps. But that's okay, Ivy. Whatever you have, we'll take what we can get. Trust me, we'll take what we can get. Power couple, absolutely. Uh, Love Liz with oh oh, that's Liz doesn't have the oh yeah, yeah, she did have the camels, didn't she? You're right. You're right. I didn't even see the brand. Absolutely. Oh, see, Ivy, everybody loves you. There we go. One after the other. Ivy, the squad rescued me tonight. I was so low energy earlier, and then suddenly I became completely animated and able to do my work. So thank you, squaddies. But yeah, it was a low energy type of day today, but the squad rescued me. Let's see. Okay, and we saw this one last time. So, what do you guys think of the parade? I didn't ask, but what do you guys think of the? Do you think that the Sussexes may have actually found their way to blend into the the crowd at the parade? I want to believe that they were incognito. I want to believe that they were at the parade. But I thought that was really nice that, you know, that not only have they increased the property values in Montecito, but that they were also able to, donate to help the community celebrate Christmas. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Caffey. Thank you. And I am here for you all. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking is that I don't know. I want to believe that for Archie's sake, they would have found a way to be visible. And then I also read that the parade went past their house. I'm not how sure that is, certain that is, or whatever. Um, but they have kind of a big property, so maybe it didn't necessarily have to, go past the front of the house. Maybe it could have been the backside of the house or something like that. But either way, oh, did you guys see the Afro Annie in the Christmas video I made in about the parade? Did you guys get a chance to see Afro Annie? I figured since you guys were asking for her, I would surprise you by throwing that little Easter egg in there, as they say. But yeah, I had fun making that photo. I got to do more with Afro Annie. She's a lot of fun. Told to stop putting their whole family on the same plane for helicopters because they cannot have Harry as king. Um, I could see that. Honestly, I could see that. And not necessarily coming from the other family members. I'm betting it was the courtiers. It was the courtiers who said that to them. You know, I'm banking that it was the courtiers that made that suggestion. Uh Christine, are you saying that you hope that Thomas Markle doesn't show up at the parade drunk and trying to talk to people? Oh, thank you, sister. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't know. I just took a look at her one day and I saw that hair and everything, and I'm just like, if she don't look like she could be one of my aunties. So for that reason, that's how Afro Annie was born. Just because yeah, I just like to have fun with the whole idea of her. I think she's I mean, honestly, out of all the people in the family, I think that I would probably enjoy hanging out with her, until she started talking too much and acting too grand, which I kind of think that that would happen. But yeah, I think, as a matter of fact, I tried to get her photo up here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, what I did was I put it in the wrong place. That's why I can't find it. But oh, you guys, I'm getting the hang of doing this, but it's a lot going on. I'm not gonna kid you about that. There's a lot going on with this thing, and it is fun though. I'm glad I've started going live, and I hope you guys are enjoying that because some of those days when I really want to get something out there, the live chat has rescued me. So, but let me go to a couple more comments here. Hello, Adrian. I haven't said hello to you yet today. Oh, that's not Adrian. There you are. No. Nope. Okay, there we are. How come this? Okay, that doesn't want to work. Okay, that's because it's moving. There we go. Ah, gotcha. William is separated from his family, and that's, yeah, I've heard that they were not under the same roof. Remember, I made that video where I was like, yeah, 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 can you drop me off first? That was because of that I heard. I was like, yeah, chances are they're not together, they're not under the same roof. And that's where that was born, is because it just didn't seem like and that's what people were saying, especially like when it was just certain times when he would show up and it didn't seem like he had just left Kensington Palace or Anmer Hall. But who knows for sure? Um, but yeah, that's just the way things seem. So until we know better, I'm gonna assume the worst. Oh, that's bad. And that cackling laugh, that's no better. Um yeah, I will definitely do that. I would, if I ever spent time around um Afro Annie, that's exactly what I would do. Remember the BBC interview with Bully Goat? um okay, so William said that too, right? That he didn't wake up to be king, or he didn't want to be king, or anything like that. Because I remember Harry was saying well, Harry essentially was speaking for everybody, because he usually says what other people are afraid to say, and that's that nobody really wants it. And I don't think William is that into it. I hope they do honor your birthday that way. My birthday? Whose birthday? On my birthday, everybody just expects me to stay out of the way. Hi, Sonia. Like Afro Annie, I think she uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, because she kind of takes after Philip. That's what people always say, that she's the son Philip never had. That's what I've heard about her, is that she's the son that Philip always wanted, or she's the son that Philip never had. Which good for her. But yeah, I think she's a hoot. And that whole no nonsense thing, I mean, I'm sure a lot of that is just a bunch of hype and persona. I'm sure away from like the public events, she's probably a very chilled person. I'm just guessing. I mean, I don't know. But I'm guessing away from like those big events and stuff like that, she's probably very chill. Let me see. Okay. Okay, these are two of my favorites. Oh, it's not letting me do it. I got too many things going on here. Okay, okay. Right. Okay, I got to get rid of some stuff to share some more photos. In the meantime, let me look at some comments. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. There we go. Oh, where he is scrutinized, just the title. Yeah, yeah. I could, William doesn't look like the person who could ever take any type of criticism. There is something so terribly wrong with that guy. I wish, you know what I want for my next birthday? I want the body language experts to please talk about the Cambridges, honestly, or do like you do with the Sussexes. Just lie, make up stuff, but just do that for me. I would love to see someone who's pro Sussex go after the Cambridges. They act like the Cambridges don't even exist. And just based on the photos and the videos, there is plenty there. I mean, anytime you have somebody go to a class full of kids and try to tell them what's wrong with their brains, anytime you have somebody that's I guess kind of daft enough to do that, to go to a classroom of kids and say, you know what's wrong with your brain? Meanwhile, the kids are looking at her trying to figure out what's wrong with her brain. So I just think that, like they say, charity should start in the home. Well, if we want to examine how people's brains function, um, work on yours and then take a look at your husband, or start with him and then work your way back. But please do that. Stop telling kids what's wrong with their head and try to figure out what's going on with yours. That's my opinion. Because believe me, there is some type of something going on there, and I'm not qualified. I don't have the credentials to tell you what it is. And not only with her, but there's something wrong with him too. Do you guys remember before the 2016 election that former president of ours used to make all those weird faces and stuff like that? And what happened? It turned out he was just as crazy as we thought he was. As they say, crazy as a road lizard. Well, again, here's another good case of that. When somebody looks crazy and act crazy and talk crazy, guess what? They nuts. So, um, please, if you could, if there's any body language experts within the sound of my voice, I don't know what. Don't even lie. Don't even make up stuff. Just tell the truth, because I know there's something there. Please confirm what I have been thinking for quite some time. Take a look at Jazz Hands and Egghead and see what's going on with them. Leave the Sussexes alone. You guys have said and done enough with them. Go after these two. Because between the two of them, those faces and stuff that William makes, he always looks like he's about to miss his plane or something, but he's always looking like I just, we've all known that person that's been kind of cray cray, for lack of a better word, and you know something is wrong with that person, but you just can't put your finger on it. Just like this person, there's something going on there. Now, I heard that, I don't even want to say what I heard, but I've heard it on another podcast, that there may be, something going on chemically. That's all I'll say, but chemically that has caused this. But I'm sure glad it's some reason. By the way, here's another receipt I've been hanging on to. Oh boy, that's what lies beneath. Wasn't that like a horror movie or a suspense thriller? What lies beneath? That's what lies beneath. Pretty jarring, isn't it? Yeah. And believe me, it takes a village to get here. That took a whole bunch of people to go from here to here. And even that ain't good. So, yeah. But I hear she's back to her old tricks again. Which, hey, I'm glad that people are calling her out on it, because what a work of art she is. Just a work of art. Like some type of sculpture. I hope I never have to explain this to some tribunal or something like, what was that about? So, okay, I'm going to probably get off of here. So, wow, we got 400 people. I just noticed that we got 400 people here. Uh, it seemed like what we were just at like 137, I think it was, but we got some 400 people. If you just joined the chat, welcome. I was having a very low energy night until the squad rescued me. Um, Sometimes on those low energy nights, I go and start making memes. But oh no, that's not low energy. That's when I get kind of upset or angry, or start feeling that way. Then I start making memes. But being a baby boomer, I remember the Mitchum roll-on. So once I saw that earshot, that's what came to mind. Okay, what's that, Sonia? Sonia, you are too sweet. You're too sweet. But it's getting late. And let me see. There you go. Ah, Sonia, that makes me feel good. I feel so wanted and needed and part of the community. Thank you. Okay, I can't repeat that, but thank you for that, Raven. And I agree with you wholly and completely. Let me see. Rosa, they can't make people like them, especially adore them. No, no, they can't. And that's why whenever they have an event, there never seems to be any like throngs of people trying to get to them like this one. I love this photo, not because they're in it, but because there's that family that just happened upon earshot. That family. I love that family. They just happened to walk past. They were like, "My, I wonder what's going on there." It's not like anybody camped out overnight or, you know, anything like that. They just happened upon it. All that advertising, the whole weight of the tabloid press, and here comes a nuclear family pushing a pram with grandma, and they said, "Oh, gee, is that Kate? Is that William? What's going on? How come more people haven't heard about this?" And notice they don't even have their phones up. They're not even trying to take a picture. They thought so much of this event, they didn't even bother to try to take a picture. So, if that gives you any indication of the weight of their celebrity, I think that's one of the best clues right there. Whereas with the Sussexes, I mean, who could forget New York? New York was awesome. Um, yeah, the Sussexes carry like a whole other vibe. Oh, we forgot to say hello to Queen Doria. This is my Queen Doria photo. I almost forgot to put that up. I think I'm going to keep this one like handy because I love her so much. I do. I love her so much. She's everything. So let's see here. Yeah, I think you're 6 hours ahead of me too. And okay. Mumbles and Muttons don't have the personality, charisma, or social skills. You know, they said that that thing that they you know the thing at the Westminster Abbey, was it called Meet My Mama Carol Middleton, or Meet My Mama Christmas Carol, something like that. Um My Mama and the Family at Christmas, whatever that thing was that they did. I hear that that's going to premiere New Year's Eve, where all the Middletons showed up. So um something like that. Something Carol. I know it was Carol, and I'm sure there was no accident that the name Carol was included in the program. Something tells me Carol can find her way into just about anything. So, whatever it was, speaking of which, where is Carol tonight? I know I got her here somewhere. I keep her handy because I never know when I'm going to start rifting about that one. Um, I tell you, I would love to see a grudge match with Carol and what's her name? Chris Kardashian. I mean, air hostesses gone wild. That's what they should call the show. Air hostesses gone wild, or flight attendants gone wild, where the two of them just like battle it out. Who can make their kids a billionaire first? Um, that would be quite a reality show. But in order to have like housewives of air, what is it, air hostess housewives or something, you would have to add a few more people to the mix. And I can't think of another famous flight attendant except for those two. So, but I tell you, they've come a long way from pushing that trolley down the aisle of a 747. They have monetized life as we know it. So, I'm not gonna hate the hustle, but I do kind of feel indifferent about the hustler. This one right here, that's 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 why we got this. That's how we got stuck with that. This is one of the most brilliant minds of our time. Um, this is somebody who's up late at night with a number two pencil and paper strewn about the room trying to figure out 5 questions in 10 years. So we can thank Carol for that. Um, she's going to make quite a king consort. Someone straightened me out about that. It's not a queen consort, it's a king consort. And so, yeah, I had it wrong, but it's just easier to say Stepford wife. Um, but I'm not going to be rude. I didn't want to really get messy tonight. I just wanted to check in and say hi to everybody. Yeah, that's one of my memes. I wanted to check in and say hi to everybody because I just I did some long editing for a couple days, and I just didn't have that edge that I needed. So I decided to just, go and do something different. Like just show up and chat, hang out, say hi to everybody. Um, let's see. Lavender. Lavender is that Lavender Rose. Okay. Rose with a Z. Love that. Okay. Oh, let me highlight that while I talk about it. Where was I? There we go. I like that. Lavender Rose. I don't think Carol and Camilla will get along. No, because Camilla's in the way. Charles is in the way. Charles is in the way. Remember, I said that months ago, and everybody told me that there's no way Charles won't be the next king. I get it. I get it. He's been waiting a long time. By law, by tradition, that's the way it's supposed to go. But remember, when Wallace Simpson came along, all of a sudden, what was his name? Edward the Seventh. He advocated. So don't tell me that it can't happen. And especially with the cash for honors and all that stuff that they're drumming up on him. Um, you know, I know that I'm going to be unpopular for my opinion about this. I just don't think that Charles needs the cash for honors. I think that the people who work for Charles need cash for honors. I think that the people who work for Charles may have even been there to kind of set him up, or maybe they're trying to enrich themselves, because once he become king, they may become obsolete. There's always that idea that the some of the things, the perks that comes along with being a courtier is you get a chance to stuff your pockets. Okay. I don't think Charles needs the money. The Duchy of Lancaster is in his future. He doesn't need the money. He's got plenty right now. I just think he's a bumbling fool and he doesn't know what's happening around him. But I don't suspect that he was trying to enrich himself with the cash for honors. But he wanted to use that money for charity, and the money just come from some really dark places. And I don't think he had enough intellectual curiosity to say, gee, I wonder where that money's coming. Oh, some people just, yeah, Beth, I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. Sometimes people exercise power just for the sake of doing it. And yes, some people is kind of a kink to do dirty, bad things. I mean, after all, let's not forget that phone call between Charles and Camilla. Let's not forget that phone call. Now, if that phone call is any indication of what he's capable of, okay, Beth, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. You got me on that one. I won't disagree with you. Let me see. Maybe there should be, I mean, maybe they should all be put in a wrestling match and let them duke it out. Okay, I get it. Duke it out. I can't repeat the other part of that. Something tells me, and I'm not advocating violence, but something tells me that Camilla could take a punch. She can take them and she can dish them out. Something tells me she's a scrappy little thing when she have to be. Woo, okay, I am drifting into messiness. But yeah, something tells me that she's a scrappy one. She's a survivor. I mean, at the end of the apocalypse, there will be Camilla, there will be royal rodents and cockroaches. I think all three of those will survive the next ice age. And probably yes, I hate to say it, but that Carol Middleton, she did it. That Carol Middleton, I'm pretty sure that she would survive the coming ice age. When no other man is left standing, she'll be there in her air hostess outfit with her trolley full of drinks and miniature bottles and such. She'll be there. I can't speak for the rest of y'all, but she'll be there. Let's see, what else do we have here? Just want to see all of them in a circle slapping each other. Diane, I didn't know you talk like that. I was picturing you as someone very prim and proper and polite with good manners, not someone who wants to throw him into a slap it out fight. Oh boy, okay, let me see. Let me see, Baron. If you haven't already, could you do something about that look on Kate's face when the man was bowing to her at Earwig? Oh, I didn't see that, or did I? I don't know if I saw that. I have to check that out. I mean, she has so many things going on that yeah, but I'll definitely check it out because I'm always looking for something new to, let me just say it, exploit. I'm always looking for something new to exploit. And they are excellent for material, good material. But then there are so many interesting faces in that family, like this one. She always looked like something stank. Always. Oh, I can't stand her. I mean, that is one twisted individual. Twisted. Let me move this out the way. Yeah. Remember the Christmas luncheon? The way she welcomed them into the family? I will never forgive her for that, ever. But let me get her off of here because she's going to take my energy down. I need a pleasant escape. Someone who I admire and love and adore. So, I like to acknowledge the two queens, Princess Diana and Doria, Princess Doria, Queen Doria. I like to make sure that I acknowledge them with every live because they are what has made that incredible team possible. It's what they've done, what they instilled in them that has given the world a gift as far as I'm concerned. But okay, back to the comments. Anastasia, let me see. I haven't, well, I did say hi to you earlier, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, Pamela Porter. I love that photo of Diana. Excuse me. Diana, Diana, I tell you, there's so many things about her I really don't think we know. And that never stops anybody in the rotor from going on those documentaries and just telling you everything about her firsthand. The only person who was really close to her, I don't know that she trusted him that much, but the butler, the one who stole her clothes and underwear and knickers and everything, that was the person that she was supposed to be closest to. But I'm not even sure that that's true. I know that's what he says, but I don't know how true it is. But I'm not going to talk about him right now because, oh, that's another one that really gets under my skin. I'm telling y'all, Kate better get into something fast. Her and her family are replaceable. They're all replaceable when it comes down to it. And let's face it, growing up in that family, yes, absolutely, Paul Burrell. Growing up in that family, if you are not, I'll put it to you like this: in the younger generation, whoever is more not practical, but more attractive and more outgoing, that's the one that they're going to push up front. And they will use that person until they don't need him anymore, which is what they were planning to do with Harry until destiny took him away from that. And I am so glad because that is what they had planned for him. um, yeah, that was his destiny. And I'm going to tell you too, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again tonight. I believe that they did not want Harry to get married. I believe that they wanted Harry to, well, actually, they wanted him to marry another fembot or robot or Stepford wife like the rest of them prefer. But the fact that he stepped away from all of that, that shocked them. They thought that they had him figured out, even though he kept warning them, I'm not happy. This is not the life I want. And just because he was doing the work doesn't mean that he was satisfied with that. So they didn't want him to marry her. And certainly that whole idea that he should have waited, I don't know if that was just tabloid talk or if that's really something that came directly from William. But the idea that they should have waited 10 years and then see if that's the one. Who does that? Who does that? I mean, the last time that happened, look at how that turned out. The last time somebody waited 10 years. After 10 years of waiting to see if that's the one, what was the result of it? You got somebody who's barely audible in a room with no sound. This is what you get for waiting 10 years. Thank you for not waiting 10 years, Harry, because I don't know if I could have taken two of these. One of them was enough, but could you imagine if there were two of them? Huh? Woo! Could you imagine if there were two of those? I mean, one is plenty. How could something so inanimate be so much? One is plenty. We don't need two of them. Two of those in the same family. No, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. Harry did exactly what he should have done, and good riddance. He's in California. He has escaped Narnia, and best of luck to him. But he won't need luck. He's got all the blessings that he needs. He's got Mama Doria, the kids, and he has the Duchess of Sussex. So I I'm relieved. I'm relieved. That's all I can say is thank you. Thank heavens, thank God, thank you, fate, whatever. Thank you for taking him away from that, because the idea that they had things figured out for him, oh, that was a nightmare. I didn't want that for him. And I didn't even realize. Hi, Marianne Owens. She had 3 heirs, Baron. That was the only requirement. Yeah, they don't need her. They really don't need her. And maybe, just maybe, there might be something going on that has her looking so nervous and grinning and grinning and grinning that she has figured out. And so, the only way to stay in the role is to dress like some Laura Ashley. What is it? The ghost of Laura Ashley. Yeah, is to act like you're the ghost of Laura Ashley. If you dress like you're from the 80s, Laura Ashley, then you might be able to stay. They might let you stay. Let me see. Duchess Meghan was too old to have babies. Yes, Miss D. Exactly. That's what they thought. They thought that by putting her to work, get out there in them fields, by putting her out in the field as fast as possible, that was going to stop the family from happening. And so what did she do? She's a good soldier. She said, okay, I want the work, but I also want to start a family. She was able to do both. Now, the other one, very few engagements, very few causes, patronages that, she hasn't seen for years in some cases. And then the Duchess of Sussex, I'm proud of that American work ethic. I'm sorry. I know I've heard someone say before, actually, I think I was on a group chat one day, and that this person said that I'm from the UK and such, and and she's speaking for herself, not for everybody in the UK. And she said that type of work ethic, I would feel rather strained by that too. Well, I'm sorry, I'm an American. We work hard. I've always worked hard in every job I've ever had. I've gone to work sick. I've gone to work, tired, lacking sleep, whatever. I showed up. And maybe it wasn't the smartest thing to do, but that's the only life I know. That's that American baby boomer mentality of mine. You get in where you fit in. You get to work, show up on time, be prepared. And so when she brought that work ethic in there, which is why this is what makes me so mad, is the fact that there was even a few times where they tried to convince people, Well, when she found out what the work was, she just wasn't prepared for that. Are you serious? Are you serious? Rachel Meghan Markle was afraid to work or afraid to do work that wasn't exactly glamorous. That just goes to show that they either didn't know her or they were trying to somehow embarrass her or trying to convince people of some narrative that just does not fit her character. All of the stuff that they have tried to throw at the Duchess of Sussex, and none of it has been able to stick. Even the bully thing has more holes in it, holes big enough you could drive a truck through, because in spite of everything, they haven't been able to find anybody away from Narnia who would agree with that. Nobody. And so enters the body language expert. And that's why I was so down the other day. Boy, did that throw me for a loop. That just, because I know that that article in the Daily Mail, the Daily Fail Mail, is going to drive possibly thousands of subscribers to his channel so that they could be indoctrinated with even more lies. Boy, did you guys hear that big word I just used? This is what happened when Ivy's around. See how much smarter I get? That's what I call the Ivy effect. I go from like that 5th grade education to the Ivy League. That's the Ivy effect. Thank you, Ivy. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. I just sidetracked myself. Oh yeah, it was about the trying to make things stick. It's just not possible. It's not possible. She's light years beyond them. And the fact that she was always the smartest person in a room full of Windsors, was just too much for them to bear. They couldn't take it. And so they had to get her out of there. Um, no matter what it took, they just had to get her out of there. So um, let me see here. Oh, I see a familiar name there. Hi, Deborah Anderson, my good friend of over, what, 30 years? I told you guys I had some friends. Y'all didn't believe me. I know I could hear the yeah right in the air, but I do have friends. See there? Let me see here. They pretend not to know the whole of her. This is why they always describe her as an actor. Absolutely, Star Rise. Absolutely. Let me see. The Duchess is wearing them out on all fronts. Naturally, they will never be able to keep. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I think they totally. I think that they probably had the conversation about how they were going to approach her, and somebody said, "Are you sure? She seems to be pretty bright." Well, it's always worked before. Well, guess what? It didn't work this time. It did not work this time. um she's not the person that she thought she was, because she's not phased. She's not like Sarah. She's not like Sarah Ferguson, where she's afraid to be without all of the trappings of the household that they share. She's not afraid of that. She could have had Meghan could have married anybody. Anybody. She was a very desirable woman who could have married anybody she wanted to. And she waited until she found someone whose values were more in alignment with her own, somebody who shared common values. Enters Prince Harry, who was completely taken back by brains, beauty, integrity. He liked everything that he saw. And everything he heard. And so he decided, I'm going to step up my game, because that's the one. That's the one. And he's not afraid to share the spotlight with the one. Look at there. Look at how proud he is. Look at how he's beaming and fawning all over her. I'll never forget he said that she's capable of anything. That's how proud he was of her. I mean, it was like he had never met another woman in his life that was so capable, and certainly not anybody in that household except for his mother. If Princess Diana, I'm convinced that if Princess Diana would not have been taken into that family so young, she would have been available for so many things in this world. But because she was trapped, she didn't have a lot of options. And so, very wisely, she decided, I'm just going to work with what I got. I'm going to go out to the world and be with people, which I think is just incredibly courageous of her, because she knows the weight of the institution that was bearing down on her. And she decided to bravely go forth in spite of it. So, yeah. And so Harry is just very lucky. It's the rest of the family that's suffering. So, that's Harry. Look at him. You can tell Christmas is very important to him. And I could only imagine what's going on in Montecito right now. I'm sure that this is like probably the best Christmas ever, even better than last year, because now there's the four of them, five with Doria. So great Christmas, great food, and I'm just happy for them. I'm happy for all of them. So let me go back to my comments here because I was on a bit of a roll there. Let me see, Diane. Meghan seems like such a sweet person. I can't even understand the bullying claims. They should know Kate's behavior when she was visiting those school kids. Right? Didn't she look like she just wanted to jump out of her skin? And then she like mumbled something and they were like, bye. Did y'all see that video? The kids were like, bye. I mean, it was so dry, sand was sliding across the floor the way they said bye. They were so glad to get rid of her. And then when the kids got home from school, how was it today? Did you meet the Duchess of Cambridge? What did she talk about? I don't want to talk about it, Ma. No. You got to tell me. What did you talk about? She said it was something wrong with our brains. She said it was something wrong with our brains. She told us something about our brains. That's what happened. It's something wrong with our brains. All of that just so that they can find out there's something wrong with their brains. No wonder they couldn't wait to see the back of her. Bye. That is quite a gimmick, though. You get her to the classroom. Who got me talking about this? I was through with this, but let me finish then. Yes, Diane Kelly, thank you. Now I remember I was still on the screen. You're the one that got me right here. You said well, you said Kate's behavior. So they get her to the school. They have her interact with the kids like she's figuring something out, right? Because this is the scientific mind who's dressing scientifically, who knows all the science about kids. She's the one that's going to figure out what everybody else. She now, when I say she, I mean the Duchess of Cambridge. She's the one that's going to figure everything out. Never mind all of these PhDs and doctors and stuff, pediatricians. No. They clueless. We need Kate. Get Kate in here so we can figure out what's wrong with these kids. That is a tough sell. That is a tough sell. But people who need to hate the Sussexes are going to buy that hook, line, and sinker. I tell you, next they're going to try to sell you the London Bridge. I cannot believe that this act that she's putting on. She's the actress. That's why she looks so nervous when she shows up, because it's so disingenuous. Go interact with the kids, try not to look at your watch, and then get out of there. And don't forget to tell them there's something wrong with their brains. I need that job. Although I don't think I could talk to children like that, but I need that job. But yeah, that's pretty much what it turns out to be. I mean, of course, um, child development and I just she has nannies. That's how involved she is. She has nannies. She has a whole team of nannies to figure out stuff for. Where does she come into the picture? I don't know. Even when she wasn't working all that time, she had like a whole team of nannies. She had that one housekeeper that quit because they were trying to make her work too much. I mean, that's the gig everybody wants is to work in a royal household. She was so tired, she quit. She's like, I don't want to work here anymore. Yeah, because they had her working at Admiral Hall, and then they wanted her to just drop everything, forget about your family, drop everything, and come on over here to Kensington Palace, apartment one, and take care of this too. And she said, "No way, I'm out of here." So that's Saint Catherine. That's Catherine the Great that everybody is, doing handstands over. She is a mean girl. I really do believe that. And even after she married William, I never felt any connection to either one of them. Ever felt any connection to them. And now that I see how things have turned out, I'm so glad that I didn't keep up with them. Okay. Kate spent 10 years to 11 years trying to answer 5 questions. Then she's dressing scientifically and knows as copying Meghan poorly, by the way. Then now it's brain development. Yeah, she's got it figured out. I'm telling you, she's got it all figured out. I bet you she fall asleep holding her iPad or holding her laptop trying to sort things out. Yep. She sneaks out of Kensington Palace and goes to the British Library looking for ancient texts so she can figure out how these kids are doing something wrong with their brains. Okay. Hello, Charlotte B. Let's see. You'd have cried and blamed the kids. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, don't you love the look on those kids' faces? There is absolutely no connection. They are very polite when she sits down with them, don't get me wrong. But other than that, nobody in that classroom is excited to see her. Not one person. Do you remember the way the kids like for the first time Meghan joined them at Westminster Abbey when she was wearing white? And she walked past, and I remember that the little girls were like fanning their faces with excitement. But when the Cambridges came through, it was like, hi. But when the Sussexes came through, it was just like they were waving their hands at their face, trying to, catch their breath with excitement. So holy, 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 holy different experience. Anastasia, let me see. Okay. What was that? These kids are the future taxpayers who will not want to support them. Yeah, and they know that. They know that. Oh, yeah, didn't William have some kind of sit down? William sat down and did like an interview that was geared toward children or something like that. Didn't I see that somewhere? I didn't actually read the story and certainly didn't watch the video, but I think it was like a podcast or something where he was trying to think of something to say to kids. And okay. Okay, so I made it. Oh, good grief. How long have I been on here? Hour and 38 minutes. I made it an hour and 38 minutes before my nose started running. I don't know how that happens, but I made it a little further this time. Let me see. I wonder how her staff communicates and listen. That's a good question. But I'm sure by now they're kind of used to those little primal sounds that she makes in exchange for the English language. I'm pretty sure that they have figured out some kind of way. Look at them. All those people gathered there. I got to stop being so critical. But look at them. Look at them. The co-conspirators, allegedly, possibly, and likely. And yes, I added the rose just because I wanted them to match. See, red and red. That's why I put the rose there. No other reason. Nothing to look at here, folks. But yeah, that's the group shot. That is what you call diversity. Diversity means that you have a mostly English staff, as in white people, and diversity means that you say, hey, go get the driver. Have the driver come in here. And that's why he's standing by the door. And as soon as this photo was done, guess who was still in the palace and guess who was outside, I guess, waxing the car? Yeah, this is so contrived. Look at those phony grins. Just trying to figure out how to get those Sussexes out of Kensington Palace. So, but you know, I'm glad the truth came to light. And I hear that there's going to be an apology printed in the fail, and that Meghan wants the same font, front page, where they are supposed to apologize to her. I cannot wait to see that. Ooh, I bet Lord Nappy Head is, I bet you when we see him, his hair is going to be bone straight. That's how upset he is. I bet you he's just so used to everything going his way. And I don't know if this is a younger photo of him or not, but that's why I tell you, I want them to do some DNA on him because he kind of looks like Trevor Noah here. Not nearly as handsome. I'm not saying that, but I'm looking at this and I'm seeing Trevor Noah. Do you guys see that? I'm seeing just a little Trevor Noah. If Trevor Nova, Nova, if Trevor Noah, oh wow, we just reached 501. We just reached 501. I've been looking at that out the corner of my eye. We got 501, like a good pair of jeans, 501. But yeah, he kind of gives me a little Trevor. Not nearly as handsome and not nearly as lovable and polite, but I'm getting just a little Trevor from Lord Nappyhead. Let me see here. Hey, Baron and all the squatties. I will watch on replay. Sorry I missed the beginning of your podcast. So sorry. Yeah, Maggie, I wasn't even sure that I was going to do a podcast. So I gave little or no notice, like maybe 25 minutes at the most. And then, of course, I was only going to stay on for about 30 minutes. And that was an hour and 42 minutes ago. So, and just to get you caught up, I was having a very low energy, haven't done enough Christmas shopping feeling today. And somehow the squatties have rescued me because I am all animated and talking and chatting away like I don't have a live to do tomorrow. But I'm here now. So hi Diane. Let me see. No, Baron, he let me see, purchase blow to kit down the Walgreens today. Diane, I tell you, you never really know a person. I thought I'm thinking Diane Hawkins. That's a very posh name. I'm sure she is very eloquent, and which you are. But I'm so shocked that you. I'm so shocked you're starting to sound like me. I don't think Kate is as dumb as she portrays. Playing dumb helps when you don't want to work. She knows. Yeah, Don. Yeah, she knows where the skeletons are, and yeah, I'm sure every day she doesn't feel good because she don't want to do something. I don't know how she got out of work though. It seems like once you get in there, well, she had the kids to use as an excuse, but it seems like once you get in there, you just have to work. But yeah, she is. Well, let me see. Doolittle Duchess, Workshire Will. I remember those titles. The Doolittle Duchess and Workshire Will. They together did less work than just about anybody else in the family. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Queen actually has 4 children. There's an Edward that nobody ever mentions, As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure there has been many occasions when the family has gathered and nobody even thought that Edward was missing because they probably forgot he ever exists. I don't know what it is about him, but he seems content to be out of the fold whenever possible. But there is a fourth child, and his name is Edward. He's the easy one to spot because none of his clothes ever seems to fit. But nothing fits about him. But yeah, that he's the easy one to spot because none of his clothes ever fits, and that's Edward. So the queen actually has four children, but it's hard to know that because he's never mentioned, and he really doesn't do anything. But he has a house almost as big as the queen. Um, Let me see. Any more questions? There's no excuse you can take online classes for anything. Let me see. Baron Kate got out of work by laying. Uh huh. Thank you, Faith, Hope, Love. I wasn't sure if I should finish that one, but like I say, sometimes the algorithm turns against me, so I have to be careful what I say. But yeah, so that's the other child. That's Edward, and Edward is the one who was at the cenotaph with that. Well, let me see. I could probably show you better than I could tell you. But he's one of the queen's children, and he likes to lay low. Like let me see, right here. Now I don't know what happened, but for some reason he's wearing somebody else's coat. They don't even think enough of him to even make a uniform for him. When I saw that coat dress, at first I thought it was Kate. And I said, no, no, that ain't Kate. That ain't Kate. That's Edward. Yeah. So, and then it even got more bizarre than that. So I was looking at this headline and they said some woman passed out at the cenotaph last time. And when they said that, I was like, Edward? But no, that wasn't the woman. It was this one right here. I don't think that's Edward. I think that's one of the other military people. But yeah, when they said some woman passed out, I thought they meant I thought they were talking about Edward. Oh boy. While I still have a channel, that's all I could say is while I still have a channel. Now, somebody said that that may be Philip's coat, but no, Philip wasn't as tall as he seems. Um, so I don't think that was Philip's coat. But I mean, it's definitely not anything from the couture collection, but it just he decided that he would wear something floor length. Um, I don't know if that I don't know if that's for modesty or what, but he just decided to wear something floor length. And anyway, so that's what he wore. He decided to wear a coat that was almost sweeping the ground. I don't understand the look. It doesn't seem like it's regulation, but or as they say, protocol. But that's and then to be daring, he's showing a little leg. So yeah. Oh boy, I'm so bad. But as I said, nothing ever fits. Like this get up right here. We know that he didn't earn those medals, but whose coat is that? Whose coat is that? Now, the way it fits, it looks like it once belonged to, I don't know, Robert Jobson. That looks like something that would fit him. But no. Oh boy. I guess I'm going to finish up tonight being a little shady. But look at Uncle Pennywise. Look at him. Looking stern. And I'm telling you, Megan's not the only actress in the family. There's others. Now that's some acting right there. Oh, he looks like he's been through it, don't he? You can't tell me he hasn't been through it. Uncle Pennywise. But the cosplay prince. But then there's a few of those in the family. But I can't get over this couture look. Now that's a runway walk right there. That is very New York Fashion Week right there. He's serving it. Walk. He's serving it. But okay, we're almost done here. I guess I'm going to round it out to 2 hours since we have since I have gone into some really weird places, and since we're almost at the 2 hour mark. Yeah, this is strange. I have to thank you guys again because I was feeling very low energy, and you guys have helped me find my voice today, even though it's nighttime. But I appreciate it, and hopefully I don't trip over my coat. Edward. Oh boy. It was just that they said some woman passed out. I thought Edward had tripped over his coat. So you could easily see why I was confused because I saw this earlier that day and then I saw this and I'm like, wow, and then when they said some woman tripped over a coat, I was just like, Edward. Woo! Lord forgive me. All right. Oh, oh boy. Okay. Let me look at a few more questions before I go or comments. Oh boy, 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 boy. Um Sorry you had to see this, Deborah. You like the live chat? I already told them we're friends, so you really don't have to do that. I appreciate it, but they already know we know each other. Thank you. Uh, yeah, that's not how the code is supposed to fit. It's really not. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get this poor woman up off the floor. The woman, not Edward. Let me get her up off that floor. There we go. Okay. For those of you who have just joined us, yes, we have drifted into the abyss yet again. Comments. Okay. Say again. You're so much fun. Thank you. I'm sure this comes as a complete surprise to you. People just stood there not helping her. Well, Carol, I have to tell you, this is a common occurrence. The soldiers are standing at attention for a long time. This is the official word. They're standing at attention, and that on the hot days in particular, there's always somebody that collapses during the changing of the guards, especially when they have the big events. But on occasions like this, when the weather is cooler, I'm surprised that happened, which is why I thought for sure Edward had tripped over his coat when they said some poor woman fell to the ground at the. And when they said that some woman fell, I was like, Edward? So, okay. Okay, never mind. I gotta stop saying that. But when they said some poor woman fell, I said, okay, I know how that happens when they have these big events. But I guess what I was trying to say, Carol, is that they really don't do anything. There's someone who comes from the side or whatever to lend first aid. But the soldiers that are in formation, they're not the ones who do that. And it's very unceremonious, but they just kind of lift them up and they drag them away with their poor tops of their toes dragging the ground, but they just drag them on out of there. I mean, if that's any indication of what it's like to work for that family, but that's how it's done. So, um, Yeah, and so they just dragged that poor woman away. Not Edward. When I say that poor woman, I'm not talking about Edward. I'm talking about, the one that ate the pavement. Not to be confused with Edward. Ooh, okay. We don't want to confuse the two. So it's this soldier here, not the one with the wearing the couture collection, but a soldier. The one that was showing a little leg earlier. That one. Edward. Um okay. We are really getting weird. Okay, I'm saying we like I'm not the one doing it. But this is like a real low point, and I'm sorry that I have dragged you all into this. This is like the lowest thing I said since it looked like Robert Jolson was sitting on the toilet while doing this television interview at the Heathrow Airport. I thought that was bad, but obviously I wasn't at the lowest point yet because, that poor woman, not Edward, fell face down at the cenotaph. Not to be confused with Edward, that poor woman. Okay, so I'm gonna read a few comments and or questions. Oh, by the way, let me get let me get him up off this toilet. Let me find another picture so I can get him off that toilet, off the loo, if you will. Let me find something pleasant to look at, like Afro Annie. There we go. Let's look at her with them Newports. Um. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I forgot to mute the mic that time. Oh, and that time my nose is running because I'm making myself laugh this time. But I'm going to read some comments while we enjoy Afro Annie. Okay, Lydia says, Baron, wrap this up while you have a podcast. You're absolutely right. Because I'm sailing perilously close to the window this time. Let me see. Meghan and Harry kept the kept the party for her employees when they stepped down. Yes. I believe. I mean, not everybody at the Kensington Palace was working against them, but just enough people. Let's see here. Eddie's daughter likely wish she had dad's. Okay, we're talking about the daughter. Eddie's daughter wishes she had dad's long coat when her drew. No, yeah, I remember that when they were going into the wedding. Oh my goodness, wasn't that funny? I felt bad for her though. But yeah, when Eugenie or Beatrice, Eugenie had her wedding, one of those royal daughters was the victim of a rogue wind that I don't even want to say. But I'm thinking about the fact that I still have a podcast. So I don't want to say, but if you saw the wedding, then you know that that happened. But it was really windy that day. Everybody was like hanging on to their knickers, hanging on to their hats and everything. And then that rogue wind came along. And I tell you, I hadn't seen that much pink since Pepto Bismol put up a billboard in my neighborhood. So oh boy. Okay, you guys. It is 1 hour 50 mine. Listen to me. 1 minute and 1 hour 59 minutes and 9 seconds. I'm gonna have to go. We're gonna round this up. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. Thank you all 501 people that joined us at that one point in the podcast. It has been terrific, and I thank you all. I love you all. You guys complete me, so on and so forth. And I will see you tomorrow for the Sunday live chat. And one more thing. Do you guys know if Tina and Michelle is coming on? I didn't check yet, but I hope so. Because if they can join us, I hope they do. But if they're with their families, I'm grateful for that too. So good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. The last one out, turn the lights out. This has not been a Mark Goodson or Bill Totson production. No animals were maimed or injured throughout this production. Good night, Joan. Good night, Lori. Good night, Lydia. Charlotte B. Bonsoir. Let me see. Lori. Diane Kelly. Miss D. Rosa. Anastasia. Good night. Nubian Queen. Good night. Miss Kathy. Good night. Trina. Thank you for your wonderful advice last time. Good night. Diane Kelly. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm repeating at this point. Bellissima. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Okay. End of the podcast. Good night, you guys.